All right, so I'll call us to order at 6:05.
Brad's online now.
Oh, and Brad's online now. All right. Okay. You can call to order. Is there any public comment? There's no one here. There's no one on Zoom. I'm going to assume there's no public comment and move along. We're in need of an executive session under Title I, VSA 5313A1A contracts with the Lincoln exit. This item requires that we first determine that speaking about this topic in public session would have put us at a disadvantage, and then a motion to go in. And when we go into executive session, we'll invite the Lincoln School District members and their board council, our board council, and Patrick and Floyd. But first, we need to determine that speaking about this topic puts us at a disadvantage.
And move that we go into executive session because speaking about this topic would put the district at a disadvantage.
All right, Kristen seconds. Any discussion? Right, all those in agreement that speaking about our topic for executive session will put the district at an disadvantage, please say aye. Aye. Give a thumbs up online. All right. Any opposed? All right, motion passes. All right, now given that determination, I need a motion to go into executive session. Title I, VSA 5313A1A, contracts, Lincoln exit, and invite the Lincoln School District members, the Lincoln School District Board Council, our MAUSD Board Council, Patrick and Lloyd.
So moved.
And Bailey. All right, any discussion? All right, all those in favor of going into the executive session at 6:07, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion passes. All right, so Vicky, we can take take the rest of the, Krista will, so. All right, we're back. Okay, and we're back. All right, so we have to approve the warning, and Patrick, you have a copy of that to put up on the screen? Or how are we gonna do
make
this?
Dina co-host and
Oh.
see. So I think Dina's been working on some language for part of it. I don't have yet. I'm seeing where co-host is.
You're done.
So do we
Wait a minute,
approve
I think the other me might have to make sure.
changes that the lawyers make tomorrow?
Well, what I think Patrick said, what's gonna have to happen is we're gonna have to get copies of it and sign it tonight. Because,
But we can't because our Dina and
well,
I think we're gonna make it happen in real time, and I'm gonna print it to the printer that's sitting right there.
right, I didn't know what they were conferring about tomorrow, and that would change what we sign tonight, if anything.
I think it depended on how it's drafted in terms of language. If it's written in a broad
Gotcha.
language that
Yeah.
refers to something else.
Mhm. Got it.
okay.
You're muted, Dina.
And you should have co-host privileges. If you,
Muted attorneys are no good.
You also all use Google, and so I just have to tell you that the delay was I had to verify my, that 7-day verification thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You all in Google.
what was it?
Oh, to get the email.
You
Yeah.
gotta get in order to open up the document, I gotta get.
okay, sure, right.
Okay, I have one that has, because of how it comes across on my computer, it has issues with typeface, but we're gonna overlook that. And let me see if it's gonna be annoying.
I'll just say that the goal is for whatever we approve tonight, that I'll be able to print to the printer right here in the library and folks can sign tonight.
I like that. Okay, so I don't know if you have a cleaner, can you see what I have with lettering going down the middle of it?
Yeah. Have you done anything since the last draft that we exchanged, Dina?
No, I said to you that I thought everything on the language was okay, except that we would have to change Article A, and I think that we're just going to change.
Okay, so I have a cleaner version then that I could share if that's,
Okay,
Useful.
why don't I stop sharing then? And let me ask you this, Patrick, while we're doing this, if you can multitask, I'm not, let me know. When you typically bifurcate out something for the town, have we in the past been doing town article? The way you did it?
we just don't know what article number it's going to be because it might be different in each town.
On the ballot.
So we,
Oh, that's yeah, that's interesting.
I
Okay.
just did sort of, instead of giving them a number, I just said there's article A and B. Which I don't think is gonna happen anymore. I think we talked about putting those into,
Yes.
Yeah, I think, well, I mean, now we're gonna put them all together.
I'm confused about what.
So if Moncton has 4 things on their ballot, then this might be 5, but if New Haven has 6, then it's gonna be 7. That's what you said.
No, but our articles are always.
but it
Are
can't-
always gonna be separated, so I actually think it's Article 12, and on the ballot, what I would say to the town clerks is that it should have school. MAUSD Article 12 identified. Isn't that how they typically do it?
Yeah.
Those of you who vote in your towns?
I don't think how they did it for the Stokes Borough.
Well, wait a minute, Patrick, wait a second.
That's a separate ballot.
It's not actually gonna be on the it's going to be on the school Australian ballot that's provided to each town.
Right, so it will have a
Right.
number.
It will be Article 12.
Right, it will be.
Okay, so it will be Article 12. The town of is what will be different.
Yes,
Show the town on the block.
For each town will have a different one, so we're gonna need.
Can a single municipality call for a vote of multiple municipalities? Because here there's the municipality of MAUSD and the municipality of the town of Moncton on the same ballot. Because
When we
everything
do-
else is, shall the voters of MAUSD do certain things?
So
Well,
show the voters of Moncton.
how did you do the by-town vote for the separation?
Each town, like we gave the town the language and the town took the language and put it on the ballot and went with it.
Even
Sounds like that's what you gotta do.
And I didn't actually see how that materialized. Being a Lincoln resident, I didn't get to vote on any of it, so I never actually saw that finished product.
I think,
what about for Starks Borough? We just did that one, or it's not that long ago. Is that the same thing? The Starks Borough.
For August?
Right, the difference is. So that was in November, right? So were there other local elections on the ballot, each town?
The merger,
Yeah.
All right,
but that was in non-town.
right, that was commingled, so that was district.
maybe you're supposed to give the town this language.
That's
Shall the
what I've
legal
been
voters-
operating under the impression of, is that we give the town the language and the town puts it on their ballot. And then we count it, like the town counts it on their own, like, so we aren't counting Moncton's results of this article.
You're just looking for. the
Moncton
number.
has to count Moncton's results of this article, I think, because it's a Moncton vote, not an MAUSD vote.
Yeah,
so shall the legal voters of the town of Moncton authorize? Shall the legal voters of the town of Moncton, as part of the Mount Abraham Unified School District, approve the Lincoln shall approve the agreement regarding the withdrawal of the town of Lincoln from Mount Abraham Unified School District. Copies of the withdrawal, the agreement will be are available at the town clerk, the superintendent's office. Where do you post? And wherever you post?
So I guess the first thing, this goes away,
Together.
Yes.
right?
Yes,
So shall legal voters of the town of blank
as part of the Mount Abraham Unified School District. you're not gonna execute the agreement. But that's fine, district, yeah. Approve the withdrawal agreement with the Lincoln Town School District.
Same.
That's stressful.
And then get rid of everything else.
So do we not even have to talk about the dollar in this thing?
That we're leaving it as part of the thing.
So we're gonna make everybody go read something. Somebody's gotta go read something to figure out what we did.
Shall the legal voters of, of the town, I mean, we can decide to put something as part of the amount, with a comma after district. Approve the withdrawal agreement with the Lincoln Town School District.
I think it's just Lincoln School District,
LSD.
LSD.
Okay, so technically they are a town school district, but let's just call them LSD. I mean, if that's what they want to be called.
That's how we refer to them in the office.
Yeah,
Yeah, you-
that may not be.
So there's the vote for.
I think you're
And
right.
then I think,
The two things people are gonna care about are that Lincoln gets the building and they assume the debt. And MAUSD writes the check for $75,000. Or a more specific figure than that, but.
Well, I think we could explain those two things pretty concisely.
Yeah.
Right here.
yeah, so as part of the Mount Abraham Unified School District proves it.
Property and debt.
With the Lincoln Community School being transferred to the Lincoln School District upon assumption.
There's some language in this budget flyer. That.
That was
speaks
me
to this.
taking a stab
I mean,
at explaining all of this.
but, but is any of that something that could be lifted into?
Possibly, I would want to read it again since I wrote that before any of this conversation happened. Hopefully it's still pertinent. This is A and B. Right, so I'll have to change to.
I think. You could take the question mark out, put a comma there.
Comma,
Including,
Yes, the transfer of the,
not with, but including, which includes,
yes.
mhm,
which includes the transfer of the Lincoln Community School building and bond. The property transfer. The property ahead of the transfer.
mhm.
As well as.
School building and bond.
And
And a
a transfer from the education.
portion of the education reserve fund
In the amount
in
of,
the amount of.
So are we really gonna take that out of the ed reserve fund?
Well, it's our discretion to do so, so.
But in order to, so is this is gonna trigger the vote by the community,
Mhm.
yeah,
like to remove from the education reserve fund? you
Yeah,
have to-
someone is saying, no, we need that here.
oh, that's a good question.
Is that meeting?
Because we need a.
You need a voter approval.
No,
to take out of the-
The board has authority for.
Oh,
okay.
That's it. That's why they went that route, because they knew they didn't have to.
But I don't think
Exactly.
we have, the agreement is from the ed reserve fund, so we can't take it from anywhere else.
So, and
And
what
we
you put
should.
into the ed reserve fund
is,
Like, you could at some point say, we
We're
want to
gonna cut that in
transfer
the money.
74,000 from the general fund to the ed reserve.
Well, you can warn them, it doesn't have to be from the ed fund.
well,
It reflects the
Reflects
negotiated amount of the ed
proportion
fund.
of the ed
I
fund.
think
That's
that,
it. I mean, your
We
words.
keep
Well,
it
so
similar.
it is cleaner this way.
yes,
And like you said, you can always
yes,
back.
And the reality is, to take money out of a rainy day fund that you have complete control over with no plans on how to spend it yet,
Yeah.
is probably better than taking money out of an operating budget
I
that
mean, we never
Yeah.
had it.
is somewhat earmarked.
and that's.
We-
what
We could say as well as a negotiated share.
Well,
I don't know
that's
that we
gonna
wanna-
probably be in the explanation, right?
What if
Yeah,
we
but we
said
should
as well
read
as
the
an
explanation where
agreed
it is.
upon
Yeah.
portion?
74,753.
I think it'd be good to say negotiated because it's not like
We're just giving.
there's some factual portion. It's just something we negotiate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
What do you
so
think
as
about
well
the-
as a negotiated portion of the MAUSD reserve fund in the amount. of
5.4. Give them the
Yeah.
50 cents.
So do we say, and as well as an agreed upon portion of,
I would say negotiated.
As a
Negotiated, yeah.
negotiated, put negotiated in front of portion.
Are we supposed to call it the Lincoln School District or Lincoln Town School District? There.
They are the Lincoln School District.
Let's just,
Patrick has the word town, so I wanted to.
Yeah, let's take that out of there.
Sorry about that.
and the remainder of the terms as found in the full agreement. And then Steve can make this sound better because it's coming off the top. Including transfer of Lincoln specific fund. I mean, we have specific Lincoln.
Oh, the fund.
Yeah,
I guess I'm
full
not sure.
withdrawal agreement.
the full withdrawal agreement details.
I'd say details, the details of the terms.
Yeah, because then it looks like we're leaving something off.
I would agree.
Yeah. Details of the terms can be found in the full agreement.
posted.
Posted.
Do we have to post it 3 places?
I think you do want to provide it to people
Right.
in as many areas as
Agreed.
possible. You have a litigious gadfly in one of your communities who loves to complain about open meeting law issues and things of that nature, so.
So the warning will get posted to multiple locations. But are we saying the actual details of the withdrawal agreement also get posted to multiple locations?
I think so.
I think you ought to spread.
Yeah, I think you send it to the town clerks to have them posted.
Okay, send it to
There.
our town clerks and
And I
Post
think
it on
wherever
our-
you post wherever your warnings are posted, you put it up on your website, makes a good point. I think those towns which still we haven't missed everything to send out. We send out the agreement. That's why I'm saying to Chris Leopold, I want to have the agreement language worked, and it should not be difficult, worked on and done tomorrow.
I'm just curious, do we want to list? Because it's each town clerk's office, each school, elementary school, and I think as well as Mount Aid. I'm
Mhm.
just trying to think of what's the shorter language that could say in all the usual places that the warning is posted.
Or on the MSD website,
I
and
think
the MSD
there's-
schools and town clerks.
There's some sort of like lead, like, I remember when I was taking minutes in Moncton. Like when the DRB had something, they had to post in 3 spots and they had like 3 identified locations that they would post within town.
Mhm. That's for meetings, you typically do, yeah.
I feel like if that could be in the same spot, but I don't know what the short
you
version
could
of
say
that
the
is.
MAUSD website and your town official posting locations.
There you
Sounds good.
Or say the towns, because you're saying the legal voters of it, it's gonna be on a specific town warning.
The towns.
The town clerk's office.
Keep it simple.
Town.
Knows where
We
that
can
is.
do more. We need to
Yes.
just-
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Really need in each town, do you? No,
Yeah.
yes, you do.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's okay.
I don't think it has to say in each town because it's a town article.
Right, so just ended after office.
The only thing is like. Somewhere we gotta remind them again that Lincoln is not in the school district.
Right.
Because I can see people would be like, wait,
Where's our money?
well,
Uh,
I didn't get to vote on that. Well,
Right. Yeah. So maybe we do that in our.
in our communication,
Information,
yeah.
Yeah, I think, I don't know how you all handle it because you're savvier than other boards. I don't know if you all go as a board onto Front Porch Forum and post things. Or other places, but where you provide your information, we should be providing. The agreement. So in other words, if you use the link, not Lincoln, if you use the Moncton Front Porch Forum. Hey, don't forget, here's a copy, information, here's a copy of the warning from MAU.
That was gonna be my message to Jennifer, that wherever we post the warning, post the agreement.
Yeah.
And
The timing may be a little different, because it sounded like there was some work to flesh out the details of the agreement. And this warning is gonna have to get up right away.
Yeah, no, I think that's why I'm saying by mid-afternoon tomorrow.
Also worth noting, there's likely some frustration, I'll say,
Yeah,
that will occur from this, because some towns have already approved their warnings,
yeah,
and this isn't there.
yeah.
They're gonna have to have a special meeting to amend their warning to include this.
And what I would say to those select boards is that we apologize for that, but because of the nature of what we were doing, we could not control the timing of it, and we didn't appreciate the timing either.
Oh, and it's gonna save them having another election.
Right, that's true.
Right, and that we are doing this so that we don't in fact increase their town clerks.
Jennifer has reached out to give them the heads up, that this is
Which,
coming.
which towns have
Um,
already done it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if you say to each select board that, look, we were trying to make this easier for your town clerk so that they didn't have to do another election. This was not how we wanted to proceed in terms of timing, and we apologize, but this was beyond our control because we had to deal with another party. I don't care.
so to be clear, this article that we just wrote, and we're not necessarily done with it, isn't actually going to be on the MAUSD warning. So this is gonna come off the MAUSD warning before it gets approved. This language then gets sent to the towns for the towns to use and include in their ballot.
So,
I mean, at town meeting, that we have to sort of present this at town meeting versus.
I don't, so Patrick, when we did the vote,
Well, it's not that hard. Like, we could just have a script, right?
Sorry, I was focusing on Bristol warning there.
They're warning their vote tonight in Bristol.
I think
Ah.
Starksboro is tomorrow, because that was the deadline for signatures was by 5 o'clock on the 31st.
We were,
Ours is usually the
I think you
same.
might have
we
been
were
yesterday.
notified that New Haven was tonight, but that meeting was canceled. So if we're in luck, maybe it's been rescheduled.
It might have been canceled because Jennifer reached out and said, this is
Oh,
happening
right.
tonight.
Kevin, do you think our select board's still meeting? They started at 7.
Who's there or who's on there for now?
so
Yeah.
Patrick, when we did the original warning for the withdrawal,
What I remember from that was we accepted the responsibility for drafting the language, or I even think about, the withdrawal is better.
Patrick, you need a question mark after.
I think we drafted the language and then sent it to the towns, but
let me see,
that was a while ago and in the
let me
midst
see
of all
if I
other
have
things.
it, let me.
What was that, Steve? I missed it.
You need a question mark after the dollar amount.
Hold on.
Well, that reads good to me. I'm fine with the whole thing. I'm ready to go home.
Now, the legal voters are blank, right? Hold on, I want to make sure I had this. let me just very quickly.
Yeah.
It's not great, so.
So, Don, were we supposed to have a motion?
Well, we don't have the language, so we're kind
Oh.
of stepping outside of the rules.
Plan.
Dina, let me know when you're
To
done reading
be
the.
sure that the language is appropriate. Otherwise, we could go round and round. for
I
12
think the
iterations.
language is fine, Patrick, that you have there.
Okay, so I'm gonna remove it.
Why is ballot highlighted? Is there a problem with it? I can't, is it only one now? Or is it two out?
No, it's
Ballet?
it's
Say that
correct, the grammar underlined.
I know, but,
Probably doesn't want to capitalize or something.
oh, yeah.
Down-
Ballet?
Lincoln Select Board is still going.
Lincoln Selectmen?
Lincoln, I'm sorry, Bristol Select. Board.
Okay.
Oh, Bristol.
Yeah.
Are you gonna like jump on and stop everybody?
I was trying to get on and my
I was just gonna
computer.
move this way.
Are the polling places all correct? So we don't have that again?
Yeah, I checked that. Moncton was the one before, we had the fire
Right,
department, but it's now
yeah.
town hall, so I think that's accurate.
Where's Bristol? School. huh?
Bristol's Town Hall.
Okay.
Down below, it's, so the ballots aren't gonna be transported from Bristol because they're already there. So that's why that's absent there. I think that's the end of this. This is where the signatures will be.
Your articles of agreement talk about commingling for everything else, correct?
Yeah,
At the bottom, yeah, right here.
Right, no, but your articles of agreement talk about it, correct?
right.
Okay. Because absent it being in the articles of agreement, you don't have to do the commingling. And the town vote is not commingled,
No.
Right, but that article's coming off of this.
right, that are great.
Off already.
Where'd you put it?
Should I?
So I make a motion, we adopt this warning.
All right.
Did you want to see any of the rest of it?
So one of the
What
things,
about-
just so you all know, is that you do not have to you do not have to seek, did I tell you this, authorization of a tax anticipation note? The board has legal authority to do that, so putting that into your warning makes, it creates an issue. I think I may have told you this, where it becomes an advisory vote.
So historically, we have had a vote from the floor on town meeting day or on the annual meeting for folks to give permission to the board to borrow money in lieu of taxes.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that because you have the statutory authority to do it already.
Thank
So even if they said no, you have to do it because we still have to pay people
Right.
and you have the authority
So
to do it.
there's the.
So that's taken
legal
out.
voters who attend that via
That's
Zoom
good.
may not act upon the articles from the floor, but may participate for informational purposes only.
Yep.
Yes.
So that makes it really
That's
clear.
really-
That wasn't
That's
added.
an important part. When that comes to, I'm gonna like take that out and send it separate, share it separately.
And I'm putting it in the chair letter
Well,
as well.
We can make it bold in here for something if that.
Say my motion still stands, we can still discuss, right?
Yeah,
Second.
Krista, all right, there, now we're discussing.
Yeah, I think that's helpful.
Yeah, and that is a key thing that you may have some confusion for people, but even during COVID, we're not permitted to vote because you cannot effectively make sure that they're on the voter checklist. They have to physically be present to vote.
We also sometimes can't even tell who they are.
Right, right. Absolutely. I get what you're saying.
That 11 to 13 might need to change.
Oh, the number.
Not, right, no, that was in the, down a little bit.
Says Article 10 to 13.
You're right. You have 10 to 13 in your right.
So we want 9.
Actually,
9 to 11.
Right.
And that's true up above too. Yeah,
You
that
need
up
to change it
above.
in your introductory paragraph.
Right there, before your bold legal.
1 to 9 or 10 to 13. What is it, 1 to 8 or 9 to 11?
9 to 11.
So the other one is 1 to 8 up above that. And please can we please roll through and double check and make sure that's right?
Yes.
9, 11, 1.
There's 1 to 8,
There's 1.
Right. Okay,
9 to 11.
okay.
So one of these articles is that we talk about the other articles.
Yeah, that's Article 6 is discuss articles to be voted upon. That's when you in fact do the informational.
You can talk about the Australian ballot articles.
Right. And not article special. That is gonna be on town ballot, so that won't be part of this meeting. The link
That's
in the
true. How do
agreement
we-
won't be there.
Right.
How do we
did
discuss
resolve
it
that.
there?
To just transaction, any of.
I think you say Articles 9 and 11 and then just put in parentheses, in that parentheses and the article
Well,
regarding,
you're gonna talk about, oh, never mind, go ahead, Dina, sorry.
and the article regarding Lincoln withdrawal agreement or exit agreement, whatever you're terming it.
I think that takes it off the town.
I don't know that it takes it off the town,
No, I don't either.
because they're warning it, and they'll still have a responsibility for an informational session regarding all of their articles.
So they'll probably ask one of us to be at each of those meetings.
Correct.
Oh,
The
and
town
Moncton, they
meeting.
typically say, you're not talking about the school here at the town meeting. That was the other night.
You had your turn.
Well, they
Yep.
say that, but about this article, they might actually say,
I'm not so sure in
well,
Moncton.
maybe.
It depends on who's
Yeah.
running the show.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to ask if anybody has a question. How do you do that? I guess you can't. We could be in the hall for questions.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Around the corner, we will put our head in.
What's going on at the very top?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, the Mount Abraham.
What happened there?
That was part of the wacky font thing going on this document.
There's a red line there. You need a space before the ampersand.
Excuse me.
Is Mount spelled wrong?
No,
Amen.
On the book.
the amount of Abraham Unified School District.
Patrick, you need a space before the ampersand.
Squeeze before the ampersand.
There a river that snake through the other
Where's
place.
the ampersand?
Well, Articles 9 and 11.
Yeah.
Or just spell out and.
Where?
So why is town capitalized in one spot and not in another? Oh, does that matter?
Yeah, I would put capital T's on for town,
Yeah,
wherever you see town. which is the first, very first sentence too.
Yes.
You could do a control H and do a blanket modification.
Never done control H before.
Control F. to find
What's
out.
control H do?
It replaces stuff automatically. Find what town.
Is it too late to get somebody to get a petition in?
You
Yeah.
can check each one to do it.
Okay,
That-
so now
that's
I
what
just
they'll
need
do
to
and
try to
just
convince
replace.
somebody
Yeah.
to be a write-in.
It should highlight the
Well,
next.
can
one.
you do a letter in the
Procedures.
after the fact that they're
To be appointed.
interested in, have them send it to the select board and the board and then.
If they do it right, and they won't have to go up for the next election.
Right.
Just Chris.
You might have got them all. Looks like you got them all.
Yep.
Just Kristen.
Okay.
Yeah, you've tried, right?
Today.
Cause she had.
Because you're still enthusiastic.
I'm gonna take a little closer look at that.
She had an orientation that.
Willing, yes, enthusiastic.
Hey, guys, come on.
Good?
No, we gotta read through 9, 10, and 11. now.
Okay.
Does it have to be stretched out like that? The last sentence in the Article
think
9,
it's-
the last sentence, something's funky with
Yeah, I
unaudited.
couldn't get it to,
Oh, I think I know what it is.
Is it
because
ju-
on the
are you
second
at
line-
justified?
I think it's stretching it to fit the space.
You've got,
Yeah, it's above paragraph.
Yeah,
If
go to
you
left.
have it all to left. Keep going, proper like you highlight.
oh,
There you
Yeah.
go.
There's
That's
center.
center.
Where's left?
It's where body text is highlight normal, maybe. Above, next to paragraph.
Try retyping the word in the middle of the current word. And then backspace.
There is that too,
I guess I'm not sure I followed that.
Like,
Just
if it-
go after the view and just type unaudited. Right there.
And then delete the
Yeah, and then
extra.
delete the-
And delete the other stuff.
Because on the line above it, the balance in the capital reserves, there's like extra spaces.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, you could
It's
just stretch the
so
whole paragraph.
if you highlight the whole paragraph, Patrick,
You go to,
and
A
then
little
left
arrow
justify,
down up here.
now
Just put it
left
to
left
normal.
justify it now.
put it to normal, it's in body text. That way-
Ah, better. Right?
No.
No, it's
Go,
not letting
go
me
to
do
the
that.
right.
I think
Go,
it fixed
go,
it.
keep going, and then there. So you're in body text. click
Let me see.
normal.
Oh, that's better.
This is body text. though.
Tweaking out my.
yeah. Okay, it's staying, it's fine, I think. Ballot for Australian ballot is actually not capitalized.
That's fine.
By name.
Hmm.
Is that something you have up top as well? It's capitalized up top.
Sorry.
No, he hasn't. No.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm back to that. Why did we repeat the amount in, so then we state what it was as of June 30th?
Right, so this is saying, here's how much we'd like you to put in the capital reserve. And this is what the total amount of the fund balance was.
Okay.
So it's sort of making it clear that it's everything.
Article 11,
Into,
colon tab, because I think you've got a shall.
I think it's also full justified.
Mhm.
Yeah. Try hitting that left justification again.
Looks like
Well, that fixed it anyway.
you fixed it.
Yep. And so your Article 11, as you know, doesn't have the,
That sentence in Article 11.
actually, Patrick, there's one sentence that's missing. from that. Right?
The school board to expend. That's,
On 11, it's typically a 3.
This is what came through, so with the legislation around Act 42
Oh, no.
through H 42, sorry, that there was suggested language in terms of what was necessary to include.
So
And
what,
this is the type that came through. It's a little different than what we've said in the past.
right, I think that what you should, it is estimated that this proposed budget, if approved, will result in education spending of blank per equalized pupil should be in there. The removal should be the projected spending per equalized pupil is percentage higher or lower. That's the sentence that should be removed. So I think so then there I would, where your cursor is, I would start. It is estimated that this proposed budget, comma,
So that, are you saying that's required or that is?
I
your-
would keep the first 2 sentences because I think the minimum, you have the minimum in there. I think the second sentence is informative.
Well, I think the board already agreed not to put it in. We talked about this in a meeting the other night.
Yeah, after the new legislation was signed.
We
Also,
agreed.
in Article 11, you don't, I think you want to say the district authorize the school board, not approve the school board to expend.
The language has been approved, the school board, I believe, under the typical language.
Really?
the last year it's
Approve the-
shall the Mount Abraham Unified School District adopt a budget of 31 million, blah, blah, for the school year 2021-22. It is estimated that the budget amount, if approved, would result in education spending of 18,572. The proposed spending is so much higher than the current year.
Well, we use,
That's all changed.
we're using authorize in the first 2. I don't know why we don't use it here.
I mean, I think using the word approve is just bad diction.
So right now, we're debating the second sentence in our heads. Is that what we're doing?
No, just looking at.
No, you're using authorize in 10, 9, 10, and 11.
You capitalize school board in 10. You want to do that in 11 also?
11.
Board of Directors.
School board.
It should be school board of directors.
School board again.
Analyze school board again.
Board of Directors. Well, you get started on
So
it.
we,
Yep.
I'm looking for the language to make sure that we're all.
Do you want to spell out 2/28/23? We spelled out March 7th, 2/23 in the last paragraph.
Okay, and so, yeah. And then we're gonna revisit Article 11.
Job typing.
What are you and me?
The comma goes after the 28, Patrick, not the, sorry. I know it's hard when everybody's looking over your shoulder. So can we go to Article 11 and instead of authorize, the statutory language is approve the school board to expend?
Like it. Do we have to?
That's what we had. We went with authorized to be consistent with the rest, but
I think we're splitting hairs.
All right.
Let's get about the number.
We used to say it.
So this is the,
because
we've
the
been handed
voters-
language and we can just use it, and we should. It's
Or
the
valid.
only thing we've
active.
changed so far from the language that we were handed is approved to authorize.
Do we have to use that language?
I feel like the state will come back and it should be different.
We should capitalize the
I don't think you don't approve the school board, you would approve the school board's decision to expend.
Right, yeah.
Right,
You-
their language
you-
is
We used to
dumb.
adopt.
Yeah, it's bad grammar.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Look,
This
it's all
is an
lawyers,
education.
Brad. What do you want?
I like
I was
authorized.
looking at the same thing. How does? Yeah, how do you approve the school board?
I mean, I don't want to be approved.
You are every time they vote for you.
That sounds like, maybe my mother, okay, but not the
Just
voter.
saying.
Okay, we done?
Guess we're gonna leave it.
Over the warning.
Take the paper off.
You did that really fast.
So Patrick, I don't know if you want to make a note or if any of you want to make a note, if you get questioned by somebody who truly is concerned about the removal of the tan language under 16 VSA 563. I think it's, let me make sure I have it correct for you, 20. What am I looking at? 21, the school board has the authority, shall have the authority to engage in short-term borrowing to cover the costs of the state board. The state shall cover the cost for borrowing. I'll get you the other one, but you're fine.
I'm comfortable just saying the board already has statutory authority to borrow that money, so it wasn't necessary to ask the voters for that approval. And if they want to question the statute, I'll say, send me an email, I'll be happy to explain it to you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, God forbid, can you imagine if somebody said no? If you had a town that said no? Or your district said no,
Now, for
Okay.
instance, we don't receive tax dollars until
right?
the first October.
You wouldn't have school.
So for the town article, can you forward me have we approved it yet? And I'll send it to,
On the ballot, that'll be next, yeah,
okay.
because that, right, that would be part of the ballot language. Even
I'll
though
send
it's not
it.
on the ballot.
This is,
I
I think
I
there's,
just
We're
chatted
trying to
with them,
slow them down a little bit.
but they're going over their articles right now.
Oh.
So-
Yeah, but those have to be warned in order to act
Well,
on.
they're
They're trying to do it
reviewing
right
them
now.
to approve the warning.
I know, but
I just sent it to you, Kevin.
Ours weren't
Okay.
now.
So if
Just
there
said
ends
it.
up
Actually,
being a
none of them were
change
shared
to
before now.
yeah,
the warning.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you can shoehorn it
I
in.
don't know which warning you're talking about.
So special.
The town warning or our warning?
Town.
How's
So-
our warning look?
So here's the trick. We're trying to approve the town article at the same time as we're approving ours. That's been taken off of here. It's disappeared now. But
Yeah, I need to. figure out-
Can't we get that under the ballot language? Because
it's not our ballot.
Well, it's
Their-
proposed ballot language.
So could we make a motion to
We gotta approve both.
approve the language being sent to the town
Yes,
to add to their ballot?
yes.
So this
Is that
is
the right way to
finalized,
do
right?
Well, not yet. We haven't voted on it yet.
Do it right now.
Well, we have.
So I withdraw my earlier motion.
Wait.
Withdrawing my earlier motion, making another one. We approve the wording of the town article for the Lincoln exit agreement as negotiated.
Second.
Any discussion?
Wait a minute, just a minute, I gotta write all this down. Approved language of the town.
Approve the language of the town article,
The Lincoln.
the warning of the town article
of the town article in the Lincoln,
Of the Lincoln
of the Lincoln
exit agreement as negotiated.
agreement. As negotiated. All right, and that's, so that's Steve and Krista. All right, any discussion? All right, all those in favor of approving the language of the warning of the town article of the Lincoln exit agreement as negotiated, please say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Any opposed? All right, passed.
I'm sending this, I'm hitting the.
Yep, it's
Do you
good
have a
now.
copy of it?
Yeah,
That's what sent it down.
yep. All right. Okay, now we're back to the warning.
All right, I make a motion to approve the warning as edited.
Second.
All right. Any other questions regarding the warning?
No.
All right, all those in favor of approving the warning as edited, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Okay. Now, the action is to approve the ballot. All right, so now let's take a look at the ballot.
Which will be basically the same thing as the warning that we just,
Right. Just everybody put your eyes on it so that it's,
it doesn't currently look that way.
I was gonna
we just
say.
Made it. So
I was gonna
that way we
say,
gotta do
and
the
Patrick's
copy
got to
and pasting.
regurgitate it now.
Let me share my screen. I'm gonna miss having my multiple screens. So Article 9. We'll do one at a time here. I think it is good to go.
You have that same
Oh, the same.
weird formatting thing happening. There you go.
oh, except now there's
And now you
spaces.
just, yeah.
Oh, gosh, you might be able to delete those
Well,
spaces.
Pat-
Undo.
Patrick, Patrick, you've got the left, the spread out justification turned on there as well. You gotta left justify it.
Thought I'd done that, and that didn't address it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't like,
I think that's,
The normal one,
I think that's, isn't that, aren't they spaces?
Yeah,
Maybe that,
there's an extra
there's
tab
a-
or something in there.
back, yeah, back up, there you go. And the same with, oh,
Need one more space there.
Do you want to just cut and paste from the other document?
But I was wondering, that would be a lot quicker.
Oh, definitely for 10.
That would make.
This is a decimal point, not a comma.
I've had a lot of.
think these now go away.
That was just a proposed.
Oh, you're prepared.
Your dog.
Tina talking.
Brad. Brad?
Yeah.
You're- We hear you, Brad.
Okay.
Okay.
Make the motion, we approve this ballot.
All right,
I'll second.
all right. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the ballot language as presented? Please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passed. All right. Budget communications. Did everybody get the flyer to look through?
I did not check it out.
So do you all need me for any remaining part?
What is that?
I
We
think,
need Dina.
I don't think so. Do we need? We need.
I don't think so.
thank you very much, Nina.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all, and thank you all for your patience and for your flexibility. Hopefully it will end in the problem and you all can just move on.
Thanks, Dina.
All right, have a great night, guys.
Thanks.
Good night.
Oop, I didn't leave.
It's gonna start snowing again.
You can read the whole report online.
So again, this was written
So those
before any of
articles,
the things that we
right,
just did, so.
right, those articles will change and be.
So I just was wondering with the Article 11 explained. And I know below you show the income sensitivity projected rates and the town rates. Do you want to just
Highlight them.
say that that is below? I was just reacting to just that you put out that it's a 15.5% increase. But then maybe to just let folks know that what that will look like in actuality. I don't know what the right language is, but
So following,
Tax implications can be seen below.
correct. Or, yes. And I don't know what.
all right, reviewing it as a PDF. I can't edit it. Unless I'm in publisher.
You need somebody else to share their screen. You can edit.
That might be helpful. It's not gonna edit in live time because it's static.
There, I'm in publisher. Something. That's so small.
Do you want to say anything in Article 11 explained about the fact that even though it's a 15.5%
See that.
increase,
There.
the favorable yield makes that
Okay, where was I putting it?
That's what Krista was saying.
Yeah, or
You're
you
saying
know,
it's just pointing to the tax.
you
tax
could say
implications
that,
below,
or
right?
you know, you could also say like for those full amount, an average of blah, blah, blah percentage. Increase over last year for those,
I wonder if everybody really knows that they get that,
what that.
like the homestead, or not the homestead, but the,
Decrease.
right, like, yeah.
Is that sort of what you were getting at, Krista, at the tail end? We make reference, the tax implications of this budget can be seen in the diagrams below.
Yes.
It felt important to acknowledge the percent increase in the cost per pupil, even though it's not on the ballot. It also felt important to note why there isn't a comparison in the expenses to
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah, right.
And it seemed
Right.
important to note that part of the large increase was $900,000 for facilities. So those were sort of the parts I was trying to highlight. We could add to this sentence, Steve, to the tax implications sentence, something about the yield, which is what's driving that.
I think, I mean, you've been talking about how it's an opportunity to, bump up the budget without a big tax penalty. It would be good somehow to explain that concept in here. That we have the benefit of a favorable yield, which allows us to basically ask for the 900,000 without digging everybody.
Right.
I don't know how you put that concisely into a sentence.
I'm a little. So you're typing on your screen, but we just can't see it. Is that what you said before?
I don't understand why it says the new balance would be.
You'd have to stop sharing what you're sharing and pick the other screen.
But I am still sharing it on my screen, but it's not showing up on your screen.
Because you're sharing the wrong screen.
Yeah, you're looking at the PDF. You have to share your pub file.
I
If
think
you-
maybe
if you-
go back to share screen where you
Go-
can choose the
Yeah, go down and,
options.
yeah, that's what you're gonna do.
Click on share. screen.
See, but I am currently sharing this screen, which is where I'm working.
Well,
Look at
it
your
depends on,
screen, then
it depends on which way you share. If you share all the windows or you just share the document, it'll pin it to the document, but if you share your whole screen, it'll share whatever you bring up on the screen.
It says your screen sharing is.
So now maybe if you do it again and then look for.
The Zoom share didn't do it.
Will be, if we, so this is ignoring Article 9, Article 10's number ignores Article 9.
No, it's with it. That's
The same thing with this.
Consideration after this article and article 9, if both of these pass, then we don't have to have to do it.
There you go.
And this side, if both of them fall to pass, and you need to take out the full amount, this is gonna be our new number. So I don't know why they're not the same.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me when I can ask a different question.
So South Burlington put a list of, they called it state factors, and it said statewide statewide average over education spending is anticipated to rise over 8.5%. The announced yield increased by an additional 16.2% for FY 24. Equalized pupil count is common level of appraisal was announced at 92.97, down from 100.99 in FY 23. So we wouldn't be able to do the CLA because our towns are all
You might
district.
put in front of favorable, Patrick, the states. I don't know if that's a tax yield, favorable tax yield, otherwise people don't know what yield is.
I don't know what the tax yield is.
Well, it's giving it a little closer.
I don't know what it is.
I'm a little concerned about the sentence this budget does reflect an increase of comma, partially related to the withdrawal of Lincoln. So I'm concerned that linking a 15.5% increase and the Lincoln withdrawal together is not such a, I don't think it's such a great idea.
Yeah, part of the, so. The. I guess the multiple factors are that we've seen our regular decline in enrollment, which is driving some of this, and
Right, but the way it reads
Yeah.
there, it looks like that increase is due to an increase of costs and a decrease in students related to withdrawal. Okay.
so that, I mean, this part could come out and we leave it broader, just that it's a decrease of students.
I kind of think it's best to just. leave the
Yeah,
whole
I
thing.
agree.
Yeah, it's the case.
Um,
And it almost all fits now, one word away.
I'm gonna add something
Okay.
that, maybe we don't like it. I was wondering also to, however, the 23-24 budget does not include Lincoln, comma, which.
You could take large out instead of a large part.
Well,
you could
I
say
was just
part.
wondering, did somebody say something before about where we might want to remind people that Lincoln's not in the district anymore? Like, is there a place in that sentence to say, no longer a member of MAUSD as a blah, blah, blah? I don't know. I was just trying,
Sentence 3, however,
Sorry?
the 2023
Patrick,
budget
you
does
could-
not include
Where
Lincoln. or
you say a large
comparing it
part of the increase,
to Prior year
just say-
misleading.
just start the sentence with.
I'm
part.
reading the whole thing. I just didn't know if we were looking for a place to
Oh,
remind people
to-
of when Lincoln withdrew.
Okay,
Could it be squeezed in after that little comma?
I would say part of the cost increase, not part of the increase in cost.
We're talking about two different
Yeah.
things here.
I think I'm
Steve.
following you both.
Yes.
Okay. So can we go back up? Yeah, to what I was just wondering about. Yeah, I don't know.
withdrew. I don't think who.
There's like a lot of numbers and dates in that sentence.
Yeah, I mean, it might not be the right place. I just didn't know if we wanted to find a way to remind people somewhere. So I was concerned earlier.
Yeah.
That may not be the place.
On the flip side of this postcard are some bullets. Maybe that would be a good
Yeah.
place.
Oh, okay.
If
What'd
that
you say?
becomes a
This is 10-7.
pretty
Okay.
10:07.
focus on.
Clock.
Okay.
10-7.
For the glare setting.
It's whenever you want it to be, Kevin.
That's right.
I wanna know, is the person.
Patrick, I would say instead of saying, comparing it,
They're deep.
which makes comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, get rid of does. Yeah.
We good with Article 11 explained?
Uh,
I gotta read it.
Maybe, let me actually make sure Article 11 is what it's supposed to be. I think all we did here was authorize. Oh, no, we did,
School board of directors and
Yep.
all the spots. yeah.
all right, I'm gonna get back to that document. I've definitely gotten accustomed to Google. Not these other formats.
well, working with a touchpad would drive me absolutely apeshit.
That's why mine's turned
Here.
I'm a mouser.
Me too. I usually bring it. Yeah.
A specific. Oh. Yeah, very. And if you did it with a mouse.
You're gonna replace article.
I can find the right document.
Kevin can find it. No, wrong one. I'm not gonna get my test. And that's a one.
So Article 11 now is right. Article 11 explained.
Yeah, but you got the wrong font, the wrong,
Yes.
We
We
can
do
beat
deal with
that
that
up.
later,
Okay.
because this is.
As long as we get the.
yeah.
the
language,
verbiage.
okay.
I can get that all show up. There.
Can I ask you a question about the 9 and 10 explained? Or do we not have time?
First, let's
I just
just.
want to check this
confirm.
one off
Oh, okay.
and then we'll get to the others.
Can that be the second and third sentence, all be one sentence? Is that grammatically more correct or am I wrong? No, okay, never mind. I don't listen to me.
You want to take out the just to name a few?
Does that make it sound like that 900,000 is gonna take care of all of those things you listed below?
Yeah, we wanted to say that.
Maybe I'm just too tired to read it
I think
correctly.
you're right.
The way I tried to soften that was. think
I would
you said
say
to
to
help
be-
address, right?
Or be applied towards.
Mhm.
Part of the cost. What did you just say, Steve? I think.
900,000 to be applied towards the construction services budget. Maybe we're gonna ask the end of toward.
Yeah, to help her. I think that
Yeah.
makes it really clear to with both of those. I was like, man, you're getting a lot done. for that."
That doesn't even do one.
That's why I was like, oh.
To address some of these or some of these facility needs. Without a large tax increase. Instead of, because.
Oh, yeah, address these, yeah.
Saying we're gonna address them all.
Some of these, yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of
No,
the bottom
there.
down, yeah, down,
Sorry.
Hard to know, just, you know.
by taking advantage of the state's favorable tax law, we can include money to
Thanks
address
for right
some
there.
of. Oh, good, and then,
It still fits.
I'm debating, but I think you need a comma at the end of cost per pupil.
I do too, because it's which.
Yeah.
And do you need one after historically or not? I'm not good with that.
No, I think that's fine.
Okay, good.
Ready for the others?
Yeah. Can I ask my question? The numbers are different. So the very end, it says in consideration of passage of this article in Article 9, the new balance of the capital reserve fund will be 518,622. And then in the explanation, it said, if both pass, the new balance of our capital reserve fund will be 619,364.
Yeah, 518 is right.
Less.
518,622.
Okay. Good catch. I didn't understand it.
Well, it's actually, you just need to put unexplained at the top.
She's done that for all of these.
Inexplicable.
Unprecedented.
Now, the Mat A lobby and bathroom upgrade, now there was some security components to that too, right?
The part of the lobby upgrade is security, yeah. We could
Even though
certainly-
everybody leaves the keys in their car around. It seems like we
Mention it.
would be good to mention that, because I think it gets glossed over. a lot.
Yeah, I do
Yep.
too. I mean, that was the primary impetus,
It was.
and that's important.
It's been brought up multiple times. Safety.
Cost of.
And the word lobby probably doesn't need to be capitalized, right? We're not capitalizing bathrooms.
Improvements.
I'm just wondering, yes, help cover the cost of the safety, lobby, and bathroom upgrades at Mount Abe.
But isn't it the lobby that's getting the safety upgrades?
We didn't do it just to make it look
bathrooms, so
pretty,
you think
it was for
about-
safety,
Right,
right? So maybe. Yeah,
I guess in my mind, I was linking the lobby renovation of the impetus to that was around. Not being able to see anything in the lobby, but like when you came in, you were in. And you all just couldn't see.
right, it's just the camera, so.
You
just
could say
trying to figure out how to word
the
it.
cost of the lobby safety
upgrade.
and bathroom upgrades.
How about addition, how about, no, that sounds weird, lobby and bathroom upgrades as well as safety? Or,
Cost of the bathroom and lobby safety upgrade.
Or.
Safety
bathroom,
upgrade. and-
lobby and safety upgrades.
Trying to figure out how to leave the safety.
Yeah,
Safety,
I like it.
That's
just the
why
way
you
it is
started
now.
with that, yeah.
yeah, true.
Yeah, I think you need a comma after which again up there.
Yeah, I want to get this there, so. Yeah, to help cover the cost of the. I was wondering about safety upgrades
Yeah.
and. Lobby and bathroom. Renovation or,
Safety upgrades, lobby and bathroom upgrades. Don't need to-
Renovation.
Renovation.
Yeah, right.
I think we need to combine this meeting with the last meeting, because we get to wake up here.
and I did,
Brad
so,
Bull is probably, his ears are probably ringing off his head because this was his, we're not gonna sit here and
Have to
do
reduce
this.
taxes.
We are not gonna sit here and wordsmith.
We are done, we're getting it done.
I know, but you know, he's in my ear.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, he is. So he was like, you're, just don't. No. he moved.
New Hampshire.
Yeah. he moved.
Oh, really?
Yep. Brad Bull.
I would,
The new-
I might say, instead of we would like to take out as little as we need. I would say we'd like to
Minimal?
minimize the withdrawal.
Oh, nice. Good word,
Yeah,
wordsmith away there, Steve.
Codify, that was his word.
he loved that.
He
But
loved
Yeah.
codify.
He did, I remember.
well, figures.
Two people. Sure.
And you need a comma after fund.
Oh, Steve might have known him. a
He
little
appointed
bit.
me to actuary.
Okay, and then that's how I got roped in.
Oh, yeah.
And not to exceed usually has a hyphen between not to and exceed. And should that be in the article up above? Is there not to exceed up above in the article?
Yes, I thought I saw it.
Well,
But we already,
We
we
did.
don't wanna fix that.
Oh, no.
Like,
This one?
Yeah.
No,
it's
two.
Fixed in the morning.
Fix it in the morning.
What is the transfer in amount not to exceed?
That's a grammatical thing though. Do you have to reapprove?
I
a word
don't
or
think we're
something?
scored on grammar. But
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
Eldridge will be right
Who are you
over to let us
asking?
know.
I don't think I've ever seen not to exceed without hyphens.
I'm looking it up, it's not. It's not easily saying it should be included,
Are you finding it without it in some cases?
finding it.
I'm looking it up too.
Should not.
This is a not to exceed. You could also just say
If you stretch
NTE.
that box on that red dot on the side, you might be able. to
NTE is
stretch over it.
that's a
Well, I'm
construction
gonna-
shortcut.
let's look at the words in here.
Yeah.
I'll work with Jennifer to make it all fit.
Try to avoid like the height.
I mean, it's,
All right,
We don't need those.
Is there
Well,
a period?
Do we want to have anything? Well, I
wait,
guess
you
let's
need
finish
the new
this.
balance of the capital fund would be,
It's there.
oh,
it's-
it's just doesn't. fit.
Okay, but if you go up a little further, a little more. That last, okay, it's there, all right. Period. at
Yeah,
the
what
end
do
of
we
the
do with
sentence.
Article 12, town article, whatever?
Also, on your other ballot, you're gonna see this.
On a separate ballot, on the,
What do we
or
call this?
on the tough.
Lincoln exit
That's
agreement.
what I was- yeah.
our town article. Or town article regarding.
I don't
Does
think
anybody
they
have
need
the
hyphens.
language so
Yeah,
that Patrick
I-
doesn't have to go back and forth?
I can actually get it tomorrow too. If we know what it is, so I'll just pull it from there and put it in,
Perfect.
but we can just work on the explain. Let's call it.
In this legal document, a not to exceed never has hyphens that I'm reading. I think we're fine. No.
Should we say because Lincoln has withdrawn, or is it not?
I might put the word ballot after town. Lincoln exit agreement town ballot article,
Oh,
Mhm.
just because. It's kind of a wacky sentence. Or title. And,
Get rid of article or keep article?
well, it is a ballot article.
Okay,
So I missed what someone mentioned before about,
is Lincoln, has Lincoln withdrawn? So-
Yes.
So could we change that to because Lincoln has withdrawn
Withdrew
or withdrew?
or has withdrawn. That's probably better.
I was avoiding the term agreement when I was writing this, because I didn't know where anything was gonna go.
Yeah.
So I have plan, but I can change it to agreement if we wanna.
Fine.
If you go over to
town
side where it
articles.
says pages, can you push the pages part over? So you can see the whole thing at once.
Or. Yeah, if I had a mouth. Zoom in the mouth.
That left.
I'm looking to where it says pages.
That left hand
Up
column.
to the left.
Oh, on the other side.
Pages there.
Look at all. No, maybe not.
No, 'cause now it blew
It
the
just made it
screen,
bigger.
blew the screen
Yeah.
up.
Shrink it a little bit.
No, that's better.
Okay.
If we move
Can you
that
move
over.
Brad Johnson up?
Move him up. Do it a little bigger.
Oh, it's this one.
Brad's in bed.
Okay.
Pretty low.
Should you say such as what happens with the building itself, but we haven't really talked about what building until that point. I mean, did
Right.
it make sense to just say such as what happens to the
Lincoln
Lincoln Community School building?
And contents, I don't think
And
you want to,
contents.
I don't think you need to copy and of the building again.
And then do we need to? It's a lot of things about the building and then one line of about money exchange, but do we need to go on and on about all the components in the building?
No,
Can we simplify?
I don't
that?
think you need to say for the building either. Bond payments
I think
for
we
the
just wanna
building.
cut to the
I think you could
chase.
just-
Yeah.
This is from the education.
As well as bond payments. Oh, yeah, things for the building as well as any money that. And then we need, it's just one town.
Missed that part, Krista, that you just said.
Just,
It's
it's just one.
Article A, Article B, it's still down below. In two places.
Okay, so. What time was no the article? Yeah. Is there a town articles, article number, maybe different account? We don't really need any of that, I think, right?
After the bond payments, it's still a little bit screwed up. What's this, any
This
major
is
work
a
that has been
town.
completed
Yeah,
by
that's
the,
my
on the
question.
building?
That was the 23,000, the capital depreciation.
Oh, so we can take that out there.
Maybe instead of saying if every town votes no, why don't we talk about what happens if every town votes yes? So like, if every town
Right, yeah.
votes to
Yeah,
approve
stay
this,
positive.
then this agreement.
And I would,
Uh,
and I would say, and I wouldn't put a what if any, because
Right,
we've agreed
now
to
we know
something.
something, exactly.
So it'd be, and money that will be exchanged.
It should be listed above, so we don't need to say it again, or do we say it again?
Not listed.
Well, we'll.
No, it's listed in the article.
Yeah, he's gonna put the article.
We put it in the warning.
do we want to justify our number in this explanation?
So where it says Lincoln exit agreement town ballot, we will actually put the verbiage there.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to avoid. the
just
time
like we
difference.
did with the other article up above.
We should make that clear. It's gonna be on the town ballots.
Well, that's why it says town ballot.
Well,
So does that, I think we can get rid of this.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to get rid of that since it,
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
And then, because this is a town article.
Ballot article.
So.
Is that still
I
true?
don't even know if we need that.
I know, I don't know if we need.
Cause it's fine.
yeah,
Don't worry about it.
I think that's good information. I think it,
Really? Because we're not referring to it by number anywhere else.
that people are, people still think towns and schools go together.
Yeah,
And there's gonna be 2 ballots for school issues this year. I think,
Well, that's almost saying that might even be more important than saying. What the numbers are gonna be.
so this
Patrick,
is the ballot
Patrick,
we're gonna do
I might
first.
put the word reserve in front of money that will be exchanged. Ed reserve. Education reserve money. funds, I would just change money to funds.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I like that better than money too.
So, I'm sorry. Now that I see that down there, this financial plan addresses issues such as the property transfer of the Lincoln Community School building
Mhm.
and contents.
I like that. Instead of what happens when.
With, yes.
Yeah, that makes it really clear. Oh, they're
Like,
gonna
what
transfer,
does
it, they're
happen
gonna
with
take
that
it,
building?
cool.
Yep.
Now I don't have any questions.
Should be this financial plan, or should it be this agreement?
Yeah.
Just trying to avoid agreement. When we did agreement, right?
Agreement plan. for the
Right.
Exit agreement.
And if somebody's on the fence for voting yes or no, that might be like, oh, everybody agreed. All right, cool.
Yeah,
It
just
might make them go. Yeah, there.
There's an extra space there. You got an extra space in front of property, man.
Can't look around the corner and that one's got the light.
So maybe it's not really exchange, but I guess it is an exchange between. I just don't want it to be misleading as though
You're
we're
giving us
receiving
something.
anything.
You might just say, that will be transferred to the
Yeah.
Lincoln School District.
Yeah, you can just, yeah, that's a one-way situation.
And get rid of M and MAUSD.
Oh, yeah.
What do we think about? 4 remaining towns? Do we just say the 4 towns?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since we have
again,
room, do we list those towns out? Because this, well, no, this information isn't even getting mailed to Lincoln residents. Right, so we won't, yeah,
How's that work? Because they're 05443.
we have to have
It's
a list, right?
complicated.
Yeah.
There's
Can I
a
ask-
Lincoln loop.
Differentiate?
There's a Lincoln loop.
We have,
So if 802 just leaves out the Lincoln loop.
we've been already talking with the printer who works for the post office to get everything distributed and they're. I don't know what the resolution is yet, but I know that's acknowledged that we don't want to pay to send it to Lincoln.
Is it 802? Just tell them to leave off the Lincoln loop.
Okay,
That's what,
when you said the Lincoln Loop, that
That-
term came, Jennifer mentioned that term
Yep.
when she was talking, so it
That's-
sounds like maybe they're
Right.
seeing that.
that's
as a
what we do at the
fact,
real estate office. We can pinpoint, so we say the Lincoln loop and he can show you on a map where it's going. And if you leave off the Lincoln loop of 05443, you should stick in Bristol
so- Okay, good.
and Moncton.
I had a question about the first sentence. Did we want to, somebody said this earlier, but because Lincoln has withdrawn, MASD voters are required to approve an exit agreement? Were we gonna say something like that?
I think
instead
a
of
financial agreement for the withdrawal, that says the same thing.
But is this whole article all financial? Every single piece of it?
The statute does speak to. A financial separation. I think it's deemed an exit agreement broadly,
Oh, okay.
and there aren't many
Then
topics
you
that
say
aren't
financial
somehow
agreement and
financially
financial
related.
agreement,
So you may want to say financial to complete the withdrawal. As opposed
and then
to-
you
Oh,
could just say
that's-
this
yeah.
agreement,
Like that.
take financially out again, out and.
Required to. complete
Financial
the
agreement to
application.
complete the withdrawal.
And then can we take financial out in the next sentence? Can we just say this agreement?
Yeah.
Context is all that happens.
Should we break it up into 2 sentences or is that?
So you got a financial plan in the third sentence, third row, almost to the end, as opposed to agreement.
And do we refer to it as the agreement again?
Yeah, I would stick with the agreement and could.
Does this bring you back to the strategic plan steering committee days, Krista?
Yeah. Do you need because in the last sentence, or could you just say this is a town ballot article?
You could say as,
Yes, as a.
as this is a town. Do we want to say anything about, and 6% of the education reserve fund is minus the depreciation plus the period of 9.
No, because that's not really where we're going. I guess we did sort of end it.
The only thing we don't have in there, do we have it? Do we have negotiated? Have we made the point that we negotiated it? This-
You could put it right in front of education reserve funds. And the negotiated education reserve funds,
Yeah, just so we.
right there.
But it's not only that part that was negotiated, the entire thing. I mean, the building and the contents. So this negotiated agreement addresses such issues as,
Oh,
So move it up
yeah.
one side,
Yeah,
up one
covered all
side,
of it.
one line.
because everything was.
Yeah,
Say that again, Don.
take that, no, take it
So if you take
negotiated
it
out
out
of
of there
here.
and then take it right at the start of that sentence, this
Go up, yeah.
negotiated. There, yep.
Okay,
Yippee.
All right. I am gonna stop these.
Yes.
Even that is, again, Google World, you don't really save, so
Right.
got it. And
You get it?
and I make a motion to go to bed.
Second.
Are you skipping your?
Can you drop down, Patrick? I just
Board
want to look at the bottom.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to change that fiscal year 24, the blue column in the bottom left. We'll change that in the morning to 2 decimal points.
To match go over the green and run the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Well,
2 decimal points brings Moncton under 5%.
under 5%, 497 rather than 5. All about the optics. baby.
Thinking.
What are we skipping down?
The board evaluation.
Oh, we don't need it.
Yeah. The fact that we all came is special.
Right?
All right.
And I only gonna comment on is thank you to Bailey for the snacks.
Yes, I'll send it along together.
All right. Is there any public comment? Public comment? Nope. All right. 3, is there a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Kristen. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor of adjourning at 10:03? Say, please
Aye.
say aye.
Aye.
All right, any opposed?
903.
10:03.